Our organization is called Research Institute for Social Equity. Our mission is to end mass incarceration in the United States as we see it today. Coming from Arkansas, I come from a very close-knit family. My father was a Baptist preacher, and my mother was a school teacher. They instilled great values in us. Had 5 brothers, 1 sister, and also a very close-knit community. I grew up in a segregated school until the 6th grade, so at 12 years old, I was integrated into a all-white school, moved away from our close-knit community and those teachers that cared and understood us as an individual and as a person and as a family. We were bused off to another community that happened to be an all-white community, and we were totally disrespected. We were abused, and also our humanness was always at stake. And the care and the concern that we received from our own African-American school, it just totally disappeared. I found myself getting into fights a lot, with white people or white children. The bus would pick us up, but it would not bring us back, so we had to walk these long distances through white neighborhoods, and they would stick their dogs on us, throw rocks at us, and so it was a traumatic experience making it from junior high school back home every day. I cannot deny that I don't still carry some resentments and some anger about what happened. But because of my mindfulness within myself and my approach and my connection to the universe and spirituality, I've learned how to manage it. Inner peace and self-love and self-reflection and stillness. It really resonated with me because that's what I needed, and that's who we are, and that is our culture that has been stolen and robbed away from us. Western psychology does not have a model that heals our community. We talk about multi-generational trauma. So there's going to be challenges for people that are reentering society. You do need to get a job, you do need to have housing, you do need to reintegrate back into the community successfully. But it's difficult to do that when you have mental health issues from the trauma associated with criminal injustice. The cultural factors are not being considered when it comes to healing and treatment of particularly African American, Black and brown people. And they end up on the streets, they end up reoffending, they end up back in prison. If you look at the stats of what happens to returning citizens from jails or prisons, you would know that this system needs to be transformed. Over 10,000 individuals are being released from United States correctional facilities every week, and 73% return within 1 to 3 years. I've developed a program now for people that are returning from prison and jails. It's called the Mind-Body Medicine Community Day Program. I'm very much adamant about looking at the cultural factors of groups before I go in, because I really want to get with them and speak their language and understand what their lived experiences are. So the first thing that happens when the group starts is that I come in with a ritual, begin to start opening up to receive the training. So I begin to tell my story. So I began to become kindred with the group. Then we begin to break down in the groups, and we begin to have those discussions like, who are you? Examining ourselves and checking with ourselves and checking with our neighbors that we are building this relationship with. Because the whole goal is by the time we leave that group, you have made a connection with a beautiful soul. And that connection will be always.